The reasons why it's always difficult for a man to forget his first love. Love is a universal experience, but few moments in life hold the same weight as a first love. It is a chapter in a man's life, often etched deeply into his emotional core. While not all first loves end in lifelong partnerships, they frequently leave an indelible mark that time, experience, and new relationships struggle to erase. This video explores why it is so difficult for a man to forget his first love, analyzing the phenomenon through emotional, psychological, and societal lenses. 1. The uniqueness of first experiences. The first love is a gateway to emotions previously unknown. For many men, it is the first encounter with vulnerability, intimacy, and a sense of belonging that extends beyond familial connections. The intensity of these feelings is unmatched because they are uncharted territories. This emotional novelty creates a lasting impression, making it hard to replicate in subsequent relationships. Think of first love as a primal memory, akin to a first taste or smell that remains vivid despite the passage of time. The human brain has a penchant for remembering firsts, a trait that roots the memory of a first love deep within the psyche. It becomes a benchmark, a reference point for future emotional connections. 2. The rose-tinted glasses of nostalgia. Nostalgia plays a pivotal role in why first loves linger in a man's mind. Over time, the harsh realities of a breakup or the imperfections of the relationship tend to fade, leaving behind an idealized version of the past. This romanticized memory often elevates the first love to an almost mythical status. Men, in particular, are prone to revisiting these memories during moments of solitude or emotional turmoil. The first love becomes a symbol of innocence and purity, a time before responsibilities and life's inevitable complexities took over. Nostalgia isn't just a look backwards, it's a selective memory that focuses on the good, making it difficult to move on. 3. Emotional imprinting and the brain's chemistry. The science of love reveals another compelling reason. The brain's chemistry during first love creates emotional imprints that are hard to shake off. When a man falls in love for the first time, his brain releases a cocktail of dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. These chemicals not only make the experience euphoric, but also create strong associative memories. The result is that even years later, a particular song, scent, or place can evoke vivid recollections of that first love. The biochemical impact of these memories can make them feel as fresh and intense as the day they were formed. This imprinting effect is a biological mechanism designed to reinforce bonds, but it can also act as a double-edged sword, tethering a man to his first love long after the relationship has ended. 4. The lessons learned through heartbreak. First loves often end in heartbreak, and this initial encounter with emotional pain is profoundly formative. For many men, it is the first time they confront feelings of loss, inadequacy, or rejection on such a personal level. The depth of this pain can make the relationship and the person unforgettable. This heartbreak becomes a teacher, imparting lessons about vulnerability, compromise, and resilience. However, the sharpness of these lessons often amplifies the memory of the first love, as it is entwined with the growth and self-discovery that followed. The emotional scars may fade, but they never entirely disappear, keeping the memory alive. 5. The societal narrative of first love. Society has a way of glorifying first love, romanticizing it in literature, film, and music. From Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet to modern romantic comedies, the idea of a first love is imbued with an almost sacred significance. These cultural narratives reinforce the belief that first love is pure, untainted, and irreplaceable. For men, this societal lens can add layers of meaning to their own experiences, making it harder to let go. The narrative suggests that first love is the standard against which all other relationships are measured. Whether consciously or subconsciously, this idealization can create an emotional anchor that keeps a man tethered to his past. 6. The role of regret and what-ifs. Regret is another significant factor that makes forgetting a first love so challenging. Questions like, what if we had stayed together? Or, what if I had done things differently? Can haunt a man for years. These hypothetical scenarios create a parallel reality in which the first love could have been the ultimate love. This mental exercise in what could have been is often fueled by hindsight. With maturity and wisdom gained over time, a man may look back and recognize mistakes or missed opportunities that contributed to the relationship's end. This sense of regret can keep the memory alive as the mind revisits the past in search of closure, which is often elusive. 7. The depth of emotional vulnerability. First loves often involve a level of emotional vulnerability that is difficult to replicate. For many men, this is the first time they allow themselves to be fully seen by another person. This openness creates a unique bond that becomes hard to duplicate in future relationships. Subsequent loves, while meaningful, are often approached with more caution and self-protection. The memory of the first love's unguarded nature and the intensity of connection it fostered can make it feel irreplaceable. This emotional depth becomes a touchstone, a reminder of what it feels like to love without reservations. Please find the subscribe button and click it to show your support for this channel. Now, let's proceed. 8. The impact of unresolved feelings. Unresolved feelings are another reason why a man may struggle to forget his first love. Not all first loves end with clear closure. Sometimes they end abruptly, leaving questions unanswered and emotions unprocessed. This lack of resolution can create a lingering sense of incompletion. For some men, this unfinished business becomes a recurring theme in their emotional landscape. They may replay memories or scenarios in an attempt to make sense of what went wrong or what might have been. This emotional limbo can prevent them from fully moving on, keeping the memory of the first love alive. 9. The comparison trap. As men navigate new relationships, they often find themselves comparing their current partners to their first love. This comparison trap can be both conscious and subconscious. Attributes, quirks, or moments that remind them of their first love can trigger a cascade of memories, making it difficult to focus fully on the present. The danger of this comparison is that it often places the first love on a pedestal. The passage of time has a way of erasing flaws and magnifying virtues, creating an idealized version that no real person can match. This unrealistic standard can hinder a man's ability to form deeper connections with new partners. 10. The influence of time and perspective. Time has a paradoxical effect on the memory of a first love. While it creates distance, it also adds perspective, allowing a man to see the relationship through a different lens. This reflection often deepens the emotional significance of the experience, making it feel even more formative. The passage of time also amplifies the uniqueness of a first love. As life becomes more complicated with age, responsibilities, and new relationships, the simplicity and intensity of that initial connection stand out even more. It becomes a cherished memory, a symbol of youth and possibility. 11. The intersection of identity and first love. First love is not just about the other person, it is also about the self. For many men, the experience of first love coincides with a formative period in their lives. It becomes intertwined with their sense of identity, shaping who they are and how they approach relationships. The person they were during their first love, naive, hopeful, and unguarded, becomes a snapshot of a version of themselves they may long for. This longing for a younger, freer self can make it harder to forget the person who shared that chapter of their life. 12. The power of memory in shaping the present. Finally, memory itself is a powerful force. The way the brain stores and retrieves memories can make a first love feel as vivid as if it happened yesterday. These memories are not static. They evolve and grow with the individual, becoming more meaningful as they are revisited and reinterpreted over time. For many men, the memory of a first love serves as a reminder of the beauty and pain of genuine connection. It becomes a touchstone, a way to measure growth and understand the complexities of love. This emotional resonance ensures that the memory remains a part of them no matter how much time has passed. In conclusion, the difficulty of forgetting first love is rooted in its profound emotional, psychological, and societal significance. It is a unique experience that shapes a man's understanding of love, vulnerability, and himself. While the passage of time may soften its intensity, the memory of a first love often endures as a symbol of youth, possibility, and the human capacity for deep connection. Understanding why first love holds such a powerful grip can help men embrace these memories without being bound by them. It is a testament to the enduring impact of love and a reminder that while first love may be unforgettable, it is not the only love that defines a life. Please remember to subscribe, like, and watch my other videos if you find the video helpful.